Well, welcome back to Factorio MSX Gigabase. So, last time we started our construction, well, we did the theory, I guess, behind our engine build. And today we are going to try and finish it off. So, I've just slapped down the rails. We've got a copy of the oil stacker here, so that's a good start. What we need now basically is elements of the LDS design, basically. One of these, and one of these is effectively what I want. So let's see, what have I got in, not there, in here. There's some blueprints I don't need. I probably don't need that right now. I probably don't need any of these actually, but because I can always copy them again if I need them. Let me just clear out. What the hell just happened then? It looks like I just cleared a bunch of them accidentally. I don't know what's going on there. Never mind. I'm sure I have multiple copies of these things, so I can afford to do that. Alright. And come back here. We'll place that one down. Pretty sure pretty much all of these things can be done again if I need them. I could just find somewhere in the map that works for me. Oops, I need to get a bit closer. Hopefully we can see past that point, because otherwise that could be slightly annoying. It is slightly annoying, but we'll cope. Trees away. It doesn't look like it's actually placed the first blueprint fully, which is very annoying. I seem to be having this issue with this version of 16.22 I think it is I'm on, where you place a blueprint over trees and you actually end up losing part of it. So that's kind of annoying. Let's just come up here. The trees away magic. Maybe I should just nuke some of this. Might take out some of my bots. Oh well. Actually, I don't know if it did. You'd think it would have, but no, I don't think I lost a single bot. Unbelievable. Alright, let's do this again. I don't think it worked the first time. I want, basically, well, we'll go to this one here. I want from about here all the way up, including that bit. I know I'm losing some because I'm lacking a radar there. That's a bit annoying, but we will cope. Let's do that, and then let's get this build for the LDS and see if we can kind of fit it down like so. course isn't exactly what we want, but oh bother, that is not what I wanted at all. Completely mucked that up. Let's get rid of all of that. I should have used InfiniZoom, of course. Don't leave home without it. Let's try that again. That might be a little bit too hard to see. Let's try that. It looks like it's over everything. Right, so this obviously is not the build that we want because all the machines are set up wrong, but it's got the right spacing and so on for the rails. Obviously we will have to do a little bit of connect the dots here. Well, and pay attention to the track while we're doing it. You know, the funny thing for me, if you use deconstruct, well, it's too late now, if you use deconstruction planner, when you put straight rail in the filter, it doesn't recognize curvy rail, which is kind of funny. It's a throwback to the earlier way of doing rail, I think. Anyway, there we go. That's that. You guys can come on in. Build as much of the rail infrastructure as you can. Let's grab more rail with that in mind. And deposit some trees. Trees for rail, that seems like a good trade to me. Have a sip of my coffee. Must be a few bots waiting to come and do those, or here they come. Now actually, one thing I have not calculated out is whether a single lane is going to make sense for our engines, so I guess I actually need to do that now. How much material do we need for our engines? One steel plate, that's nothing. So for making, what is it? It's one steel plate divided by, so 6,000 for this part of it, divided by 1.4 for blue science, and divided by 1.4 for productivity in the engine units. It's 3,000 steel a minute. We get 32,000 steel on a single train, so it's basically, we need a steel train and we need an iron train. The iron train is dropping off 4 times as much as the steel, so that's 12,000 a minute. I don't see a problem with a single entranceway for that. What about these guys? We will be making the engine units there, which is the steel and the iron, so we've got electronic circuits. We've got half as much steel and iron needed, and 2 electronic circuits times a very small number. I think we'll be able to survive once we have pre-buffered. So yes, 1 platform will be perfectly fine. Now, the key things here are that we need 3 gear wheels and 6 pipes. So one side in the very middle should probably be a gear wheel. Let's change your formula to gear wheels. And 6 pipes would mean we'd need 3 pipes, which means it will be, that would be for 2 trains, that would be 1. Yeah, we're going to be slightly unbalanced, but that's okay. So 3 pipes per side is what I mean. So you'll be pipe. You will be pipe, and you will be pipe. And all the rest will be, what should we call it, engines. So down below, we need the exact opposite. This one here will be, we are out of assembly machines. Well, I'm going to have to pick some up then, aren't I? Like you, for example. Thank you, that's where I wanted you. You can be gear wheels. You, where did it put that one? Here, good. Is that sort of in the middle? It's kind of hard to tell. Did I want to go that way? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I guess it doesn't matter. So, what are you? Gear wheel. You are gear wheels, so you can be pipe. And over here you can be pipe. And you can be pipe. And that just means that the big consumers of iron are very close to where the product is deposited. In fact, we have more of the iron consumers this side because this side is fractionally closer to the supply chests than the other side. By some fluke. All the rest of these machines will need to be changed to engine units. And we're going to have to change some of these inserters around. But that is the general idea. Now, I think with the lube we may have to do something slightly different with the electric engines. So let's just come up here for the moment. I am kind of thinking that the bottom could be the normal mechanical engines. The top is the electric engines. I don't know why electric engines need an internal combustion engine as part of the ingredients, but never mind. This is Factorio, this is not the real world. Let's get rid of this wood and think about what we're going to do with the lube. I'm thinking that we may even have a completely independent line feeding lube up the top rather than having them come down here and get in the way of the other materials. Do we have any room in there? No. We do have room just up here though, I think. Be nice not to have to build a rubbish station here, guys. Come on. There we go. So, yeah, lube. Oh, here we go. A whole bunch more of them. It doesn't need to come up this line at all. It only needs to be accessible to this top part of the module. And so we could actually run a train that sort of parks up here, has tanks here, and runs lube in this way. and I think that will work fine. So what I might do is I'll worry about the lube at the end. What I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into this engineering train, and I'm going to run back to base, and I'm going to reconfigure it in such a way that we can build out this setup, or largely build it out. And then we will see where we get to. So let's do some reverse driving. Whoops. Come on, stop doing that nonsense, guys. We'll stop here for a second until those silly bots catch up, and then straight back to the engineering unload. Right, engineering unload, and meanwhile we can kind of work out what we need. I think it's basically 120 plus a bit more. Let's just do 150 assembly machines. 150 assembly machines, and I obviously haven't fixed this up. I had actually taken a couple of trains off this patch, but if they're not the ones holding things up, it doesn't really help. Let's just see if some of these train. That one's almost empty. There's no point it's sitting here. It really should have empty cargo inventory or inactivity of 5 seconds. This one, let's do the same thing. I'll all end up getting out of here if we do this. Perhaps they'll cycle a little bit more readily if that's going on. They're all virtually empty. That's the only reason, really. Well, aside from the fact I've got too many trains and not enough stackers, which is the other reason, of course. But it is going to get a revamp, so it takes it long enough to build this factory as it is without fixing up issues that sort of are going to be changed anyway. One thing you'll notice, I have actually torn down copper 6. That gave me some bots that I fed into the Big Bro steel. This guy is probably all washed up. He is. So we'll have to fix that. I'll do it between times. Basically we have to empty these and then remove these platforms, and then we'll just be left with the coal. The coal is still 6.2 million, so that will still take a while. Anyway, it sounds like we have arrived, so if we want a custom layout, let's go here, let's get rid of that. So it's 100, and they're going to deliver them to me at the moment. The 150, that's a, oh, they're going down there. Let's get them out of there. 150, we're going to need a huge number of modules. It looks like about 2,000 of them. Let's get 2,000 speed modules to be on the safe side. And what else did this take? Let's get 700 of the productivity. How many beacons did we use? Let's get 1,000 beacons. And 70 roboports, say. Where are they? There they are. 70 roboports. And 60 of these guys. Probably need a bunch of boxes too, but all of these beacons might get in the way of that. 240 red. 240 red and 180 blue. And inserters, 250 should do, because I should have had some already. Blue inserters, am I going to need blue inserters? Maybe, let's get a couple of hundred just to be safe. Any other major items there? Not really. Alright. Turn off that one, turn on this specialist loadout. See how well we go with that. So yeah, lube. Lube we can just feed into the back of the machine and have its... Oh, I haven't actually set up lube trains. That's one thing I haven't done. We do need lube trains, so let me just order in some... Let's just get 2 of them. That will be 8 of those. 242s, and they are liquid wagons. 8 of those as well. We should have the stock. I increased the numbers of engines. Oh! It's at iron 11 again. That's interesting. We've got 5 there, so yeah, okay. I need to switch that around and put it up about like so. And we're probably short of these guys, but there is a connection there, so what I'll do is I'll do that to get the extra medium miner. And you can see this one that we did last time. Oh, that didn't work actually. It was a little bit premature. We seem to have excess down here though. Let's take that one out. Let's put... Let's put 1 in there. Hopefully that works and it sorts itself out. They really, I don't know what's happened in this latest build, but construction bots seem to have a huge delay on when they do things. Of course, it could be that I've got a lot of construction projects underway at the moment, but this is a completely separate network to the other one. So I don't know why it takes so long to process. What's the construction manager doing? 0.4. Map up to this one where we're doing really well. We've got 3,000 construction robots doing a whole bunch of jobs up here. Maybe that's why it's taking so long for the construction manager to work out what it's doing. I don't know. But anyway, we've dealt with that now. We can ignore it and put down our lube trains. Oops, can't quite see. Well, back up. That will do. Now, lube train, you need to go to lube northeast load. Add lube L. Lube northeast load until inventory full. And then go to lube northeast 1 wait. I don't know why I'm calling it 1, but never mind, until circuit condition. Let's copy that and send you there now. And while you're heading off there, let's lay down the second lube train. I'm pretty sure 2 should be enough. And get rid of these because I have too many of them now. Copy over that plan. I don't know if I can jump into the unfueled trains, but well, we're not actually particularly fueled at all, are we? I'm not quite sure what my strategy for fueling these 242s is going to be, but never mind. Off you go. So that should sort out lube. Come on. How long does it take? You have construction bots, they have stuff. Just get on with it, guys, so I don't have to keep hearing this. Anyway, never mind. How are we going over here? We are still getting modules, it would seem. Do we have room for any more modules? We may not. No, we don't. There you go. No. Maybe the alarm's just quite... No, it has gone. It has gone. So that means they finally laid this down. It's working and we're back up to the count. But this part here has not yet been reconnected. Hopefully soon. Okay, we will have to make 2 trips, but that's okay. I've got the assembly thingies, and I probably don't need them all. Let us go to head towards oil northeast, and once we get close, we will take over manual control. Now the thing with this auto fueling mod that I'm using is it really doesn't give you any control over the size of the trains, so I'll have to use some smarts if I am to fuel different size trains. I'm not actually doing anything for 242s at the moment. We do have some in the factory. Just like to keep an eye on that. We're probably doing a little bit more than we have for a while. 10,000 steel a minute at the moment. And we have started making speed module 3s again. That'll be because we've just done another load to the make everything, I would suspect, or we are about to. 20,000 there. So if we came over to the speed module 3 area, well, that one's full, but it's probably doing something again. Not very much. Probably was doing something and now it's settled down. Oh well, that's fine. And I was gonna finish this before we got here, but never mind. We are quite close now, so it should be fairly easy to get to where we're going. This is the one whoops. Yes, this is the one, I think. Yep. Back up. Hopefully nothing is coming. Here we are, and we can start deploying. So, I guess I do want my faster legs for starters. Let's get some beacons out. I might even box up some of the stuff. Make it a bit easier to deploy stuff. I mean, the beacons aren't changing, but these things are. So aside from the publisher's controls and so on, that is basically the Blue Science setup done for engines, for the component for engines. Now we can go into Purple Science. Rather the electric engines component for Purple Science. Now for this we only need, well, we need 23 engines, 24, 27, so we're having 27 machines in total, which means we can probably shorten the whole thing. Or cut back on the back row. Take a leaf out of Exterminator's book and have like a tapered or shortened back row. That might work quite well here. So I wanted 1 gear and 3 pipes. Try and find more or less the middle. I guess that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one would be the middle. So you are going to be gears. I realise I haven't changed this for the gears. See what it comes up with. 150? No way. 1,000. 150 gears. It's burning through, in general, 2 iron plates every half second, which would be 4 iron plates every half second, except our speed is 8-fold, so that's 32 iron plates a second. In fact, I'm going to increase that 1,000 to 2,000 so that we've got like a minute's supply. Right, now you will be pipes. And I need 3 pipes, so that's unfortunate because there'll be a lack of symmetry, but never mind. And pipes go through 1 iron, so it's half, so basically 1,000 iron. 1,000 iron plates, please. And then everything else should be... Oh, I haven't laid down the overlay yet, have I? this one? That one is pipes. Okay, and we need our other overlay for second row. And how many machines do we actually need? So we took 4 out of, we've got 13, so we had 9, 22. We either have 2 machines here, or we take a few machines out of this row. The only thing is, if I take... So I'm thinking of taking this end off, but that screws up where I've positioned these things, and I'd do it at both ends, and it would screw up both ends. So that would be 6 less. We've got 13 across, so that's 39, and we need 24, 27, so we need to lose 12. I could just take 2 lots off. That is exactly the 12. Yep, that's what we'll do. That's the easiest. I could always recreate it as trees. We don't actually need it to say it's trees. It's very easy to change these things on the fly. We don't need you. And we don't need you. I did leave that. Yes, I did. Okay, so that should be exactly the right number of engine units to make our electric engines. Words? Yes, electric engines. So, let's just come up here, let this thing lay down its stuff. Get rid of the trees. We need a few more beacons. That's okay. Let's run back to the train and get them. They can catch up. Beacons, speed modules, other assorted stuff. Alright guys, here I am. Do your thing. Have a coffee. I don't know really how much it matters to try and taper these. What's the difference between flying here and having these slightly longer so that you do it in like a perfect hemisphere? That's what Exterminator did with his factory, I think. I think it's a very slight difference. I think the fact that we're cutting down machines has a far bigger impact on UPS than that particular stratagem. That's just my opinion. Guess we'll find out soon enough. You start killing trees, thanks. I don't want trees in here. Right. The electric circuits. Electric engines. Electric engines. They do not build anything locally at all because they have the engines built just below, and that's insufficient quantity, so otherwise items are just delivered. So what do we need to do? We need how many? 32. We need 32 and we've got 39 at the moment. I could get rid of 36. That would be 33. That'd be fine. I don't mind overbuilding by one. It won't work all that well because these won't be able to keep up probably. But it won't really matter. I'd then have to redo all of these guys, but I can do that. That's close enough. Or if I really wanted, I could actually take out like one extra machine, but I think it's better to overbuild slightly. Now, unfortunately, we're going to have to go through and... Oops. This is where this feature comes in really handy, because you can just go like so, and it will pick up the things that you need it to. And then we will turn that back into a tree only, and we will start laying down our... Where did I have them? I didn't have them down there, did I? Or did I? Lay down there? Is that how it works? Yeah, I think that is how it works. And then every two... Well, that's how it's going to work for the electric engines anyway, as of now. We'll basically just pump directly from here. We have 3 rows of pumps, and then underground pipe, normal underground through to the next one, all the way along is the basic idea. We need 12 tanks. Don't need any more of those. We need 12 tanks, not 50. Just 12. We need 3. We don't need 50 of them. We need 3. I don't think we're going to need more than that. And we have 32 times 2 per 60. Let's get like 100 of those. And 100 of those should be fine. Oh, we're going to need more than 3 because we need all of these as well, which is another 8, so that's like 11 of those. Let's just get 20 just to be sure. Yeah, that's good. this guy again. Let's just see where he is. Is this the same? No, this is iron 12. So they're sharing it. They're sharing the duties around. We have 5 in there. We need to lay down our blueprint somewhere. If we get in close enough, hopefully we can see whether it connects or not. That's not the best place to put it. That looks like it connects up. Alright, we'll try that. Thanks, autosave. Looks like the medium pole connects up there, but we there should be an isolated medium pole somewhere that we can pick up. Unless there's medium poles in there, but no, they don't appear to be. Where did we actually exhaust? Well, there looks like there's too many just here. Okay, let's take that one away. And that's all still powered, good. So with a bit of luck, the construction robots will wake up shortly and build that, and this will go to sleep. But meanwhile, we will let this build out. We're probably starting to run short of time. So what we need to do is just set up a working model that I can then build out. We have plenty of space up here, it's not a big deal. Okay, that's coming to about there. That's right, I got more of these than I really considered I needed. So you then go that way. Let's see what it gives me. 3 engines. I don't think so. We probably need about 50 engines to cover a minute, and 2 electronic circuits times about 50. Well, we might as well just get a stack. I've only got 40 of those. I think I'll make it 100. 100? No, 50. 50's fine. That's our basic unit for this. I don't need that anymore. There you go. The noise is over. And if I clear that one, I can then use... Oh, that's... that is actually a problem. I don't want to copy these, although I could just rip them out again, that's fine. Okay. There we go. And we will use this to define, we don't need the extra substations in that row, so let's just get rid of them. Do I not have enough green inserters? I'm not sure. We don't need that anymore. Let's grab that. because we are lazy, and it's good to be lazy in this instance, because you shouldn't be building when you shouldn't do it all by hand when you don't need to. Now, final bit is the connection over here. We don't need stackers, we just need to get to the main highway. We need more rail, and I probably don't have any because that wasn't on the shopping list. No, we don't have any. Well, anyway, guys, I think we've probably done enough. It's probably been a long episode. You get the general idea of what we're trying to do. I will finish it off and see you next episode. Thanks for joining me, and looking forward to seeing you then. Bye bye for now.